Welcome to This Week in Campbell Basketball. I'm Chris Haymeyer, happy to introduce you to our new weekly show about Campbell men's and women's basketball. Coming up on today's episode, our Evan Budrovich goes one-on-one with Campbell men's basketball head coach Kevin McGeehan, and Bill Priestley chats with the Lady Camels head coach Wanda Watkins.
Conference season, and you've had some tough losses. You've had a good win at Longwood. How would you rate the team right now where it is as you start to get into almost the second half of the conference season?
Well, I think our team, is at a point in time now where we have to really fight. We're in a stage in our life in the season right now where we face some adversity, and we all know that if you take pressure and tension and adversity out of our lives, we never really amount to anything, and we never really challenge ourselves. So, I still see each game as an opportunity to grow and to get better and to continue to stress the mental toughness that we need right now and persevering and getting on the other side of this. And, the only way to get through anything is through it. And you have to fight in doing so. And so I think our team right now has just got to fight our way out of this, not panic, continue to try to stress and do the things that we want to do and to do them well, and hopefully eliminate some droughts along the way. And I think it can be an entirely different basketball season for us.
One of the characteristics of the team this year, of course, is that you're very young, and a lot of young players are getting a lot more playing time than perhaps under more normal circumstances in previous years. How different is that for you as a coach to deal with as far as making sure that they're not a little too jittery, a little too freshman jitters in that kind of respect?
Well, I just think it's part of it, and we have to all grow, and I think we're growing. It's not showing right now in terms of wins and losses, but I think with each game we're growing, we're learning more about ourselves. Now we have to do things about that, though, and nothing really is in life comes easy. I don't think it falls into your lap, and so we're teaching a lot of life lessons with our team right now, but I think I think our young players are going to develop, and they're going to be promising players for us. But I think we've got to remember that every single moment in a basketball game is important. Every play in a basketball game is important, and we've got to fight through each and every one of those, regardless of the class. Whether it be a senior, whether it be a junior, freshman, or sophomore, it's irrelevant. We've got to remember to do that.
One of the other things that makes this season a little bit different from others in years past is, of course, the conference has been very topsy-turvy. We've got three teams that normally in years past would have finished probably in the top five that are in the bottom five. We've got teams that are in the bottom five that are in the top five this year. Does that make it also difficult as far as you have to play every game to the best of your ability if you're going to win in this league now?
Absolutely. Last year's last year, and this year is a new year. And, being where we are right now is not so much a concern to me, but where we're going is a concern to me, and where we are in March. And, we have to really rely on that and know, again, I keep going back to the same comments, but, it's about mental toughness. It's about perseverance. It's about believing in yourself. And anything's possible when we can do those things. If we go back and we look at all of our games, I suppose Gardner-Webb was our most lopsided loss that we've had in the league. We go back and look at the majority of our games that we've played. We were in all those games. We maybe might have had a bad quarter or a bad drought, a couple bad droughts in a couple quarters. Eliminating those, I think, would put us in situations where we weren't in those games, but we could be winning those games. And so it's just a matter of sticking with it, and certainly it's like, there should be a caution light going off where we are, but every game gives an opportunity to fight through that and get on the other side of that. And certainly our next game will be no different with that, with Presbyterian, because they're a really good team. And what a great opportunity for us right now to try to gain some momentum and go out against a team like Presbyterian and have a good game with 4 quarters without droughts.
In just a little over a month, right here at Gore Arena on the campus of Campbell University, this will be the place for the Big South Conference men's basketball tournament. Tickets are on sale now. You can get a 4-day all-session pass starting at just $40. Single-session passes start at just $10. Go to gocamels.com for all of your ticket information. That is in the future, however, and right now the Campbell men's basketball team in the middle of a Big South regular season race. Our Evan Budrovich caught up with head men's basketball coach Kevin McGeehan to talk about the season so far.
Well, Coach, I guess we should begin with the gym right behind us, the host site for the Big South tournament. Obviously exciting news early in the year, but now that you've gotten almost halfway through conference play and you've kind of gotten a sense of how teams are looking this year, what's that like knowing that everyone comes here to Bowie's Creek?
Well, I mean, I think it's going to be an exciting time. Anytime you get to play in your home gym and we have unbelievable fans that support us and really they love college basketball. That's what's exciting about, in particular, this area of the country, but also our very such a strong and fervent fan base here that they're just so into college basketball. I think they're going to really embrace the opportunity to see a very, very competitive conference square off for 4 days and find a champion.
Now, for you guys, looking for that first win here in the 2016 year, a lot of competitive games early in conference. What is the key? Obviously, these guys are grinding, they're working hard in practice, but what makes that difference down the stretch?
Well, I think it's just a play or two here and there. We're always looking at the big picture too, and trying to figure out how we can improve the team and our play on a day-by-day basis. But in between that, sometimes it's just a bounce. Sometimes it's a make your own break, a 50-50 ball that you can get, a rebound tip in, a free throw, and continuing to work hard and stay consistent with our plan and the way that we're attacking practices and games every day is going to pay off.
And obviously, with a big game against Radford coming up on the road, you guys have traditionally done well starting on the road, being competitive early in games. What do you think gets that mindset going for these guys and gets them focused on the road trips like that?
Well, I think we always talk about how difficult it is to win on the road and just how much more attention to detail and focus and sort of a mindset of never relaxing. Because you have a hostile environment, things don't always break your way, and you have to be tough enough to fight through those moments so that you can put yourself in a position to win. I think defense travels, and so, being really competitive defensively and on the glass really puts you in a better position to pull out road wins and play well on the road.
Well, one thing I think is interesting to bring up with this team, it is a younger team, but the rotation has kind of developed that you've seen to this point. You have a group of guys you can believe in. I'm curious now, as you're now into January pushing forward, what have you thought about this team so far, and what do you think they can continue to do throughout conference?
Well, I like our group. I mean, one thing that I can say is that there's a sense of resiliency in the group, that they come back and they play every day. Even on a day where you think they might be a little bit down, they come in and they work really hard. They really like each other. They play for each other, and I think that's going to pay dividends here as we get into a good, long, hard stretch of the conference before we get a chance to play for the conference tournament.
Well, for everyone inside Gore Arena, we thank you for joining us on This Week in Campbell Basketball. I hope to see you next week here in Gore Arena. Thank you.